Well, welcome to another edition of On Point Live, right here from the Manhattan Beach Studios. We're going to break down Super Bowl 57, where the Chiefs were victorious in a win of 38-35 over the Philadelphia Eagles. Hello, everybody.
Thrilling game.
It was a thrilling game. Jackie, I'm Vince Ferragamo, former NFL quarterback. Alongside of me is my former teammate, 20-year NFL legend, Hall of Famer Jackie Slater. And Jackie, you first have to tell our viewers how sparkling Jalen Hurts was today in this defeat. He played well enough to win any game.
There's no doubt about it, Vince. And when you came into this ball game, you knew that Jalen Hurts was going to have a critical role in this game, either with his arm or with his legs, and he did not disappoint. He was really, really good running with the football. He was really good throwing the football. Actually, I think he surprised a lot of people with how well he threw the football and how accurate he was. But, you know, today a record fell. All the way back, it's been over 20 years since Steve McNair, the great Steve McNair, set the NFL Super Bowl rushing record of 64 yards. Well, Jalen Hurts broke that record today. He broke it in grand fashion. He had 70 yards rushing, and this was all on top of everything he did throwing the football. The guy was just absolutely fabulous. He was 27 of 38. He completed 71% of his passes. He had 3 rushing touchdowns, 1 passing touchdown, and a 2-point conversion. Those are MVP numbers. If they win this game, there's no doubt about it. And I want to show you one of the plays that they used to feature him as a running quarterback. And I do say quarterback because he operated beautifully from the pocket when he had the opportunity. But when they gave him a chance to use his legs, he did not disappoint. I want to show you one of the plays that they featured with him.
Well, Jack, you mentioned, too, that he was doing it in both fashions. He threw over 300 yards in this game as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, this is the formation that they came out with. And I want you to notice that here, Vince, this is not the formation. This is not the play. This is not my defense.
Oh, this is not your play.
No, this is not my.
What play is this? Okay, maybe
there's my play.
Right.
There's my play. There's my play. Okay, this is what we got.
It's already drawn.
All right, take a look at the front. Now, what they did was they overloaded the right side over here. There's a tight end there, there's a back right there, and a wide receiver. Over here, they got these 2 big offensive linemen here that they really wanted to feature, I felt, and they did do that with a corner over there and a wide receiver.
I think they had one more receiver there too, Jackie.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Right, absolutely. And notice how the secondary is bumped over. Here they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defenders all over to the strength of the formation. Now, this is what they did. It was beautifully done, and it was a surprise, Vince. Nobody expects this type of play to be served up with your quarterback running the football. Basically, what they did, Vince, was they got a double team.
Why don't you get on this side?
Basically, what they did was they got a double team right here. They double teamed this guy and bounced to that backer right there. They took Jason, and they brought him over, and he trapped the defensive end. Okay, everything happened on the backside, so these are easy blocks. You can see these guys have great position to block all of these defenders over here that go in there and dig out the safety and all of that. But this is where the work was done. 368 pounds right there. 324 pounds right there on one guy. They doubled him, went up to that backer and sealed this side. That free safety was more toward the middle, but this whole side was sealed off. And then you take your center. After he snapped the ball, Jason Kelce snapped the ball, came over and kicked out this defensive end. Action went that way, and Jalen Hurts, the quarterback, he took that ball and inserted right up in there, and that's how he got the bulk of his yards, Vince. It was a beautifully designed play. It's a trap play, Vince. And the 2 things that are a little bit different about this trap play is number one,
was unbelievable.
Number one, they pulled the center.
Yes.
Most centers aren't agile enough to get out in space and make these kind of blocks. Jason Kelce did a fantastic job. And then here's a quarterback. How many people do you know are going to take their quarterback and insert him into the line of scrimmage on a rundown expecting him to make hay? This was a beautifully designed play. They knew that this kid, you said, could squat 500 pounds, right, Vince? Well, there was no shortage of power in his legs as he motored up through whatever traffic was there. And it was just, they ran this play about 3 times. And each time he picked up huge yardage. And
they ran the same play here for a 2-point conversion as well.
Absolutely. And the beautiful thing about this, Vince, is it's just so off the the trodden path
Right.
to be inserting your quarterback in a Super Bowl
run.
into the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
So you talk about the running quarterbacks, and I'm one of the biggest guys who wants my quarterback operating in the pocket. I don't want him running around and taking blows, and we miss his presence in the passing game, his leadership and all that. But they rolled the dice with this guy. This was the Super Bowl. This was the game of all games, and they knew a 500-pound squatting quarterback had the ability to insert in the line of scrimmage like a back. They did it. It worked beautifully, and I was so impressed with Sirianni and his ability to conjure up something like this, but then to have it executed so flawlessly. It was a beautiful play, and that is the reason primarily why we have a new Super Bowl rushing record of 70 yards by Jalen Hurts. Fantastic job by Jalen.
I wish I could have run for 1 or 2 yards. 70 yards.
Great.
Well, that's the strength of this team, Jackie, obviously is in the front of the up line.
Absolutely,
scrimmage.
absolutely.
And even Andy Reid was commenting how good his offensive line had played against one of the top defenses in football.
One of the top. It had 70 sacks, Vince.
They kept Mahomes pretty safe in the pocket
Pretty
for
much
most
all
of the game.
day.
Yeah.
Pretty much untouched all
Great.
day.
Well, that's where games are won and lost up front. So if you really want to know the schematics about how to diagram plays, this is clever because they not only blocked everybody soundly, but they take the center who's not accustomed to pulling and sweeping and running and leading a play up the field.
Absolutely. And Vince, how about the design? How about getting all the defense over here?
Yeah.
Everybody's thinking
they
the ball
go
is
trips
coming
over here. They went trips and they run weak
There's
side.
no reason to think that the ball is going to go back this
Well,
way.
they did the same thing against the 49ers last week, but in a little different fashion.
A little bit different fashion.
Yeah.
But it was the same guy running with the football
Right,
and the same 362-pound left tackle, 324-pound left guard. They featured those guys. I thought Sirianni did a great job with it.
Well, the other side of the coin was the Kansas City Chiefs and how they came up with a great game plan, Jackie.
Andy Reid was flawless.
You want me to show you something?
Absolutely.
All right,
absolutely.
okay, so let me see. We have diagrammed something up here. Okay, here we go. I'll trade sites with you.
Okay.
Okay, so in this play here, this is one of Andy Reid's little run pass scenarios where they try to influence the linebacker to vacate a position in the throwing lane for the quarterback and get a receiver in that position. So what they did is they're in the shotgun formation, and here you see a spread formation where you have Kelsey's over here. Now they have Juju Schuster over here, who became really instrumental in a couple key drives tonight where I think he caught more passes than Kelsey did tonight. But he ran a little slant in route, and this is like a looky route, but by this movement here, this movement by the fake to the back to the right side influenced this linebacker to move in this direction to cover the run because they were so effective in running the football with Pacheco.
And Vince,
then they threw the ball back in.
Let me ask you a question, Vince. The mere fact that this tight end was sitting here said to the defense that the strength of the formation is over here.
Correct.
So that was another reason why he was in a hurry to take off and get to the side.
Exactly. This is the number 87. That's Travis Kelsey. So that's a big influence for any passing game. And he came in big and strong today with some really key catches. But everybody stepped up, Jackie. And let me show you another play that Andy Reid dreamed up that we hadn't seen all year long. And it was on the goal line. And you had Kadarius Toney, who was out here. He's only a second-year guy. He was hurt 2 weeks ago, and he came back today and was full stride. And then you will see another play by Sky Moore, who did the same play for a touchdown on this side. Just a mirror image. So here we are in a spread formation. Again, we're in the gun formation. It pretty much doesn't matter what's going over here because we're on the 15-yard line, okay? These are the guys we're concerned about. The free safety is back here. Okay, so he's not involved in the play. Again, as you mentioned, Jackie, the quarterback's going to have to design plays with the coaching staff to get the ball out of his hands quickly so we're not getting pressured by this big pass rush. So what do? They throw quick passes. He runs what we call a zigzag. So he motions in and he comes back. When he motioned in, this corner came in and he got lost. Instead of switching, they both went with this guy. And he came back out over here, and the quarterback just threw the ball out here. He walked in. Okay, so it was a great play on the 15-yard line. Zigzag, quick hit to the Z. That's it.
And they did the same thing on the other side.
They did the same thing over here. And then the second time you had Sky Moore out here, who is a rookie. And of course, he has to be off the line of scrimmage when we're going to motion. And this receiver was on the line. So this is Juju Schuster here. And this is Sky Moore here. So he runs a zigzag juke hit.
Wide open.
Wide open here. And then it just threw here. The corner did the same thing here.
He did the same thing.
Here. So it was 2 touchdowns, but the surprising thing, you mentioned the legs of the quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes was sensational today, as well as Jalen Hurts. Neither quarterback played poorly.
Neither one of them.
To hurt their team.
Both of them played well enough to win the game, Vince.
Yes. He ran 24 yards, Jackie, in the fourth quarter, and he looked like his leg was perfectly healthy.
Like he had no problem.
And that was a key run in that drive.
And that was also after he re-injured his leg early in the game, remember?
Yes, before the first half. Exactly. So now we get back to the screen. Here, I think Jackie will do this, right? And we go here. Oh, this one, Jackie. Okay.
Yeah,
and then we get back our on-point live screen. There we go. All right, good. Well, anyway.
Vince, it was fun watching, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was. It was fun.
Andy Reid and the way he died.
Yeah.
I remember Vince being down on the goal line, and I remember having a short yardage and goal line package.
Yes.
That short yardage and goal line package for us most of the time was a running play.
Right.
We did have play action passes that we used as well, but it was clear to me that Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy said that we are going to throw this route on both sides of the field. It's like running a 31 dive or a 32 dive, just flipping it from one side to the other with both power-oriented emphasis for the offensive line. They did that, a finesseful play. It's versatile. They did it on both sides. Both times they caught the corners napping. They went in, they went for the fake, and the guy was wide open on the outside. What a beautifully designed play.
And Jackie, the other great play that we saw was late in the fourth quarter when Andy Reid put in an old formation that we've had years and years ago. Split back. And they ran a sweep to the left.
And Vince, they had their hands on the ground.
Exactly. There were a 3-point stance in the backfield. Now, coaches, you know what? Don't forget the past, because sometimes football never changes. And some of those plays that can be resurfaced today actually will work.
Absolutely.
But you have to catch your opponents off guard.
Absolutely.
And that's what they did, Jackie. They did a great job. And, giving credit to Andy Reid, he also gave credit to Eric Bieniemy, his offensive coordinator.
He certainly did.
He gave kudos to the offensive line.
Yes, he did.
He really praised the offensive line.
Especially our buddy at right tackle.
Andrew Wiley.
I'm going to tell you, Andrew Wiley today, that right tackle, I don't know if you noticed it, but he was an animal. He absolutely buried Riddick several times.
You never heard of Riddick.
Knocked him down and jumped on top of him. The statement that he made to Riddick today is, if you have any success, it's going to start with beating me on rundowns. Right. And he really got after him really good.
Right, and he also praised his quarterback too, obviously, because he's the guy that's the trigger man and made everything happen for the Kansas City Chiefs, and they win Super Bowl 57. Jackie, we played in Super Bowl 14 a long time ago, but I'm telling you what, the game has gotten better and better each and every year with great players. We've seen another record breaking today, as Jackie mentioned, for rushing for the quarterback, and just a great season this year, and 2 great teams that were matched up in the Super Bowl. And if you're a football fan, you didn't go away.
No, you never left. You
dissatisfied.
You went and got your Coke in a hurry, and you came back.
Sure did.
Because you didn't want to miss any of the action. It kept us glued, Vince. Did you notice how fast that game went by for us as we sat here?
It did.
We watched that game on this full screen right back here as we sat here for the entire time, and it seemed like the game went by in half an hour or so. It just went by fast.
Well, when you're having a good time, Jackie, things go by fast.
That's right.
But anyway, we're glad you all stayed tuned for this, and it was really fun to share some of our thoughts and insights in the game that both Jackie and I picked up during the game. And we hope you watched the game with us during the game as we did our live commentary and some of our
that was kind of cool, wasn't it?
It was pretty neat. It was pretty neat.
I felt like I was calling the game.
Yeah, like you were coaching, like you're on the field.
I was calling the game,
Yeah, well, we got to encourage the viewers, right? They got to keep in touch with us, Jackie. So, they can always email us. Email us at onpoint@manhattanbeachstudios.net. If you have any questions to ask Jackie or I, or comments, and
thumbs up.
Give us a thumb up, and that would be great.
It's encouraging. It really is.
So we really had a great season this year. We really enjoyed visiting with you, and for all of us here at the Manhattan Beach Studios, we want to bid you a farewell. For Jackie Slater, I'm Vince Ferragamo, and everybody else here, we want to say thank you for watching, and always stay tuned because we'll stay on point.